Temple team to its highest ranking ever, number 3. Howard Evans to Tim Perry. And the Temple Owls have won 14 in a row. Out in the West, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, ranked 8th in the nation, as towel-chewing Jerry Tarkanian has the running Rebels at 16-1. UNLV winning his team west of the Rockies over the last 5 years, led by Gerald Patio and Jarvis Bass Knight. And it's the same old Rebels, they run and gun. So it is one of the best in the West against one of the best in the East. UNLV and Temple, number 8 and number 3. And it is one of the season's tough stops for Coach John Chaney's Temple Owls. It is a pole game today on ABC Sports College Basketball. They call it Tark's Shark Tank, and it's brimming full today, probably going to top 20,000 as the Temple Owls come to test the surf at Nevada, Las Vegas. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson. This is the fastest start in the history of basketball at Temple University. They have won 14 in a row. They are in a snake pit today, as you can tell by the noise. They have won 6 consecutive games on the road, and they are one of the 2 undefeated teams in the nation in Division I, the other being BYU. But these days in college basketball, when you are undefeated during the middle of the season, it's kind of like waiting for the other shoe to drop. You know it can't last. UNLV has lost 1 time, and they lost here at home, which is about as rare as going to bed at 9 o'clock in Las Vegas. But let's turn to the interesting side of this now with Dick Vitale and talk about the 2 coaches, differing philosophies, John Chaney and Jerry Tarkanian.
Keith, you're talking about Intimidation City right here. If John Chaney, with his great poise and discipline, can get a win here today, you really have to say they're legitimate. John Chaney does it with a simple formula. His formula is D plus D equals W. Defense plus discipline equals winning. On the other side, you have the father Flanagan of coaching, Jerry Tarkanian. He does it with great ball control in terms of his defense. His defense controls the ball, great tempo. They play fast-paced basketball, and they play great pressure defense.
Should be a lot of fun today from Las Vegas. Be right back.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
The running Rebels of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas are being introduced right now, and they do a rather spectacular show indoors as they have the laser show and the fireworks flashing, and it's like going to the county fair indoors, isn't it?
Hey, Keith, I'll tell you, psychologically, it's got to be a great advantage. We spoke to David Robinson, the Admiral, and he said last year he was totally, just absolutely awed by this. Look at this mad mania, Jerry Tarkanian's Shark's Tank. Unbelievable.
This is the 3rd meeting between these schools. It'll be the 2nd for Coach John Chaney. And here's the starting lineup for the Temple Owls. Mike Brieswick, a forward at 6'7". They got to get scoring from him. And this big guy's got to bang the boards for them. Tim Perry, he is 6'9". They think a legitimate All-American candidate. The big palm tree in the middle is Ramon Rivas, and he is a big fellow, weighs about 260 at 6'10". In the backcourt, here is the freshman that Dick Vitale thinks is the best in the country at his age, Mark Macon. He teams up with a sure-handed point guard, Howard Evans. This team only turns the ball over 9 times a game. There is the scoring breakdown for the Temple Owls, but it is a team that doesn't get a whole lot off its bench, mainly because John Chaney only plays 5 or 6 people in a ball game. For the Las Vegas running Rebels now, their starting lineup under Jerry Tarkanian. They open with the senior Jarvis Bass Knight. He's 6'8", 200. Gerald Patio has been a hero ever since he arrived on this campus, 6'7" at forward. In the middle is a man they need some help from today, Richard Robinson. He's 6'10", 225, but sometimes has a little trouble handling the ball. Keith James will start today. Interesting that UNLV does not play a true point guard. They don't have one, for that matter, and so they don't use it. And Stacy Altman will help bring the ball up. He is 6'7", but he helps bring the ball up. And this is the way the running Rebels scoring breakdown. And Dick, obvious here that he plays a lot more people.
Well, he has a deeper bench. John Chaney, as you alluded to, basically likes to play 6 people. We're going to see an interesting backcourt as we look at Jerry Tarkanian, always nervous. Howard Evans is absolutely outstanding handling the basketball for Temple.
So the ball game is underway now. The officials are out of the Atlantic 10 and the Big East and the ACC. They are Joe Forte, Jerry Donaghy, and Mickey Crowley. Temple in the dark, UNLV in the white. That is Macon, number 12, handling the ball. Nevada, Las Vegas going man-to-man. Macon puts it up. It is off, no good. And the rebound swept off by the Rebels, and here they come.
Macon not shy at all. There's that matchup zone defense that holds the opposition to 37% field goal percentage. That's number 1 in the nation. Outstanding.
Augman penetrates, gives it away. However, out of the corner, the shot is no good, and Vrieswijk sweeps it off for Temple. Vrieswijk is a key man in the ball game against LaSalle, where Temple really struggled, Dick. He was 0 for 11, but he finally won it.
He's a very streaky shooter. He's got really good range. He's an outstanding three-point shooter when he's got it going.
Very patient, disciplined basketball team, winning 14 consecutive games. They go inside. That's Perry. No. Rebound, Rebels. Lead to Bassnight, and he fumbled it away.
Jerry Tarkanian obviously wants to play at a faster pace. Temple wants to play ball control offense. They want to get the ball inside to Perry. Perry's become a much better offensive player. He's one of the leading shot blockers in America.
Out of the corner, no for Macon. Neither team able to hit it yet. This is Bassnight handling the ball, and we've got a whistle and a collision foul on Macon.
Bassnight shooting 70% on the inside. Jerry Tarkanian really not happy with his backcourt play. As you stated earlier, they're playing without a legitimate point guard. The guy they missed the most from last year's team, not Orman Gilliam, not Freddie Banks, Mark Wade, the guy that made things happen.
All right, Stacey Augman, remember he's out in front at 6'7", so it's a bit unusual to see that. Augman going to pop it up and get it.
Augman's going to be a solid player. He's not a good shooter, Keith, but he knows his limitations. Good penetration. Came out of Muir High School out in California and is a solid contributor for Tark.
Evans, and inside. A whistle and a foul against Bassnight. Looked like holding inside on Perry.
Man-to-man defense by Jerry Tarkanian. They play a lot of pressure on the basketball. I said earlier in the opener that they play ball-controlled defense, and that's a little different term. What I mean by that is they try to control the ball. There's the jump shot, Vrieswijk.
Well, it's, I'm sure, comforting to John Chaney to see Vrieswijk get one early, because he has had moments when he hasn't done much early on in the ball game.
I played with his dad in college, and his dad used to shoot the ball. I told the kid, I said, your dad's next assist will be his first. And he's like the son.
Augman takes a little hike, turns the ball over. That's twice now the running Rebels have turned it over. Remember, Temple is a team that doesn't give it away much.
They're very conservative on offense. They don't use the cross-court pass. They work a great deal on catching the ball and passing the ball at practice every day.
Macon misses again, just short, and up for the rebound, Bassnight.
Macon's 0 for 3, but I'll guarantee you one thing, Keith. He'll just keep shooting and shooting and shooting, and that's a sign of an outstanding player.
Matchup zone by Temple.
Matchup simply means they play a man in the area of the floor. They're always aware where Patio is on the floor.
That's Augman, slapped out of there by Perry, one of the top shot blockers in the country. And here comes the Owls down the court with Evans handling it. And Vrieswijk open. 2 bounces and he won't go down.
Jerry Tarkanian only giving up 1 shot. Temple, an outstanding rebounding team. There's that matchup. They play a man in the area of the floor as opposed to a normal zone where you just play the area.
Patio is short, and it ricochets out of bounds, and the ball goes to Temple.
Not a good shot by Gerald Patio. That was a forced shot. I believe he's the most improved player in the nation, and Jerry Tarkanian has had this team overachieving all year long.
Yeah, he was really worried about this team. He didn't think it was going to be anywhere near as successful as it has been.
He's going to be the worst he's ever coached. That was his quote before the season. Great work ethic. They really work hard, especially defensively.
Perry's been kind of quiet so far inside for Temple. Bassnight is guarding him. And Temple turns it over. And gets it right back.
Oh, Nelly, a turnover. I can't believe it, oh, Nelly.
That's right.
I got your lines.
That's Bassnight's second personal foul. Reaching around in front And they've hit him with his second now. So that's what if you do that with Perry, get that ball in there and get Bass Knight in trouble, it could well force UNLV to do what they did at Providence, go to a zone. And when they went to the zone, it was interesting, they blew Providence away.
They didn't want to get him in foul trouble like this early because their bench isn't super strong, but they got a kid by the name of Todd who's going to play a major factor in this game. There's that.
Macon. Got it.
Number 12, Mark Macon.
Very soft.
I love him. He got away from Bill Frieder. Frieder had that big win today over the Hoosiers of Indiana, who've been a major disappointment. But Macon was Mr. Basketball in Michigan.
Temple leading 4-2. Patio's outside for 3. And a rebound, Griesbeck.
Patio's the kind of guy that eventually can drill 5 in a row, Keith. He beat this club last year at Madison Square Garden in the semifinals at the buzzer.
Inside to Rivas. Blocked by Robinson.
Richard Robinson with rejection city.
Rebels turn it away again as they turn it over off the knee of Bass Knight and Macon.
You gotta like him. John Chaney was talking about his instincts and placing him up there with Oscar Robertson when Robertson was a young player. He said he has great instincts and awareness on the floor, and that is a compliment.
4-point lead for Temple. Patio loses his footing, travel.
That's a walking violation as soon as you go to the deck.
So they've turned it over now 6 times in the ball game. 6-2 Temple. Up for the hometown running Rebels here in Las Vegas, including this young lady visiting now with Cheryl Miller.
Well, obviously, she doesn't need any introduction. Whoopi, is this how you spend your Sunday afternoon?
When there's a Sunday afternoon to be spent, yeah.
So who are you rooting for?
Oh, I'm here for Las Vegas.
What do you think the outcome's going to be? A close game or a blowout?
Oh, I think it's going to be pretty tight. I mean, already, my jeans are all torn and falling on the floor. It's going to be great.
Well, we'll let you get back to your seat. Enjoy the game. Thank you very much. Keith?
Thank you, Cheryl. We were out there fiddling around before the game. I took a step back, almost knocked her down. I didn't. She's walking behind me. I didn't even see her.
You knock a lot of people down with that body of yours.
She's so small. All right, here we go. Temple has the ball. Rivas comes to help Macon. Bass Knight is after him. Remember, Bass Knight has 2 personal fouls. Nevada, Las Vegas, 0 for 3 3-point shots. And they've turned the ball over 6 times, and they trail 6-2.
Macon's got so much poise on the floor, but I really like the way Evans controls the offense. He's the distributor. They have the table set with all the food, but he gets the ball to the key people. Turnover.
Ball knocked loose.
Oh, nice pass.
Got it.
Great execution. 2-on-1. Stay a little wide in the lane. Utilize the bounce pass. Get the conversion. Finalize and get the deuce.
I thought he took a little hop and got away with it.
No, I thought it was a good move, Keith. I did.
All right, Evans now shocked a bit probably by the fact that UNLV picked his pocket on that last pass. You can try to get too fine, too, when you're trying to work it inside. Griesbeck looks inside. Rivas can't find an opening. Macon will go with it. It rims and comes off, and there's a foul on Ramon Rivas.
Rivas is a space eater. He's a big, wide body, a little bit overweight. There's Mark Macon, shaking bacon, Mr. Macon. Shoots the J. Now we watch the inside position. Rivas with the push. Number 44 definitely gives the little push. And he says, who, me?
He's 6'10", 260. Takes up a lot of space around that paint. This is Robinson. Try one and can't get it. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. It is off Bass Knight, and it goes to Temple.
Richard Robinson against the USSR was absolutely outstanding. It probably was his best performance of the year. Jerry Tarkanian is not really pleased with the progress of Robinson. He really expected a lot more out of Robinson in his career here at Vegas.
Well, I think he has trouble catching the ball.
Yeah, really has a hands problem.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about that, but that's the first thing you got to do is catch it.
They spend a lot of time, this club right here, passing and catching the ball.
That's Evans.
3-point goal.
Evans and Macon have good perimeter skills, and they blend so well. They lose Nate Blackwell last year, and Macon comes in and is their leading scorer.
That three-pointer makes it a 9-4 lead for Temple.
Look at that matchup zone. Wherever the ball is, somebody's playing the ball.
That's Augman backing in against Evans. A size mismatch there, but they can't do anything about it. Now this is Bassnight with a little daylight. It's a count.
Bassnight shooting 70% on the inside. Not really a good shooter from 15 feet, but again, he knows where to catch the ball and how to utilize his skills.
Shooting 66% from the foul line. Breeswick finds some room, drives on the baseline, and has it go in and come out. And they're getting one shot at the Temple end.
UNLV has better discipline than people believe. They can play that ball control offense as well. They worked on this yesterday at practice, getting into the gaps.
Keith James.
He's a transfer.
Causwell into the ball game now for Temple. He's a big man, but not particularly effective in scoring.
Number 31, Dwayne Causwell.
And he gets dinged with that personal foul.
He's a shot blocker. He gives them a defensive player, a rebounder, very limited offensively. Came out of New York City. He's a Proposition 48 kid. There's that matchup. They really communicate well.
Patio has it rim and come out.
They get good rebounding position inside. Jim Maloney, who I think is one of the best assistant coaches in America for Temple, explained to me their roles yesterday.
Tim Perry bangs one down, and now the Temple Owls go out to a 5-point lead, 11-6.
Perry's become a first-rounder in the NBA. Came out of Freehold, New Jersey, and wasn't heavily recruited.
That's Keith James off the iron. Rebound Perry. Carl James is in the lineup, or coming into the lineup as soon as there is time for him. The younger brother of Keith James. Breeswick off the baseline.
You know, it's a misleading fact, Keith. Everybody says that Temple plays slow, patient basketball. If the shot is available, as you saw Breeswick shoot it, they will shoot the ball.
Bassnight with a good pump fake and then is really hammered.
Basically what Temple does, and what coaches like a team to do, is take the shot if the shot is available. We're going to watch Bassnight on the inside. There's the good first step to the goal. There's Perry. Oh, he gets Perry to leave something on the ground. Great head fake.
22, Cliff Boston, number 24, Carl Louis James.
Jerry Tarkanian, as we look at him here, this was the year I thought that people would beat up on UNLV, because next year and the year after, the personnel coming in here, they could be a top 5 team in America.
You got 3 new players on the floor now for Las Vegas. Out of Dixie Junior College, Clint Rossum, number 22, Anthony Todd, number 32, and Carl James, the freshman, at guard, number 24, Bassnight at the foul line.
I think Anthony Todd's going to be a key player. He's a strong inside player.
That's why he's shooting 66% from the foul line right there. That elbow just flying out, straight out.
That's Jim Maloney and John Chaney coaching every minute. They have 5:30 in the morning practices. How would you like to go there practice 5:30?
Well, I thought it was kind of funny when I heard that, because I knew you didn't have a kid on the team that ever milked a cow.
Video right here, how he runs across the baseline and how they reverse the ball, and they bring the ball and reverse it and get him the ball here for his jump shot against the matchup zone. Watch how they overload. We'll see how they're overload right here. There goes Patio now, number 22. He's going to come across the baseline. Augman's going to bring the ball to the strong side, and he's going to have the jump shot, because right now they're overloading against the matchup. They're putting 3 people against 2. Perfect execution by Jerry Tarkanian against the matchup. But Patio's got to make that J. He's a very, very streaky shooter.
Do you have the feeling that you'd rather use a Crayola?
I'll tell you, these things never used to come out where you want, but that time it worked perfectly. But the telestrator causes some turnovers. Oh, there's the good pressure defense.
13-7. Temple has the lead by 6, shooting 43% of the game. UNLV only 27%.
They stay in every game because of their defense.
Won't go down. And Todd gets whistled for a foul, pushing off on the rebound effort. Roland Todd.
Macon really gets free off a good baseline screen. He's getting good shots right now. As we take a look at Macon now, it's going to come off a good baseline screen, number 12. Watch Mark Macon. He's a diaper dandy. He bumps his man. He knows how to use him. Take him off screens. There he is, curls. That's called a curl move.
I'm standing here saying Roland Todd, of course, was the coach here and went on to become a professional coach and was one of the principals in the coaching history at UNLV that made him a factor and an emerging basketball power. The young man Todd on the floor now is Anthony, of course. The name Todd is very prominent in UNLV basketball history. This is Macon. Saginaw, Michigan.
He has excellent skills with the basketball. Look at that shake and bake. A little turnover. Oh, got it back.
Rivas comes out to help.
He's got that air of cockiness, which I like. Look at number 12. He's, oh, what a move. What a move.
Missed the shot, though, but Evans and Carswell come away with the ball. Frieswick has it knocked away, but Carswell picks it up and can't get the basket.
It's got to be tough coming into this environment, Keith. The crowd here is so intimidating. The introductions, plus they put good athletes on the floor.
Well, Temple's not that, they're not a 50% shooting team by any means. They're not a particularly good shooting team, but they just beat you through perseverance and discipline.
A great inside baseline move. Jarvis Bastide with the reverse layup on a baseline.
Jarvis has 5 points now. It's a 4-point lead for Temple.
He's really had an outstanding senior year, and so has Patio, because last year they had the great inside.
That's Macon.
Number 12, Mark.
I just love that kid. They had the great inside-outside attack with Freddie Banks and Armin Gilliam, the hammer, now playing for the Phoenix Suns.
Macon now has 6 points in the ball game.
He just has the mentality of a star. So you got to...
Todd's inside, won't get it. He went up the back of Carswell and got away with it.
Todd's not a great jumper, but he's a good, strong inside player. The key in attacking that matchup, you must get overload situations.
Carswell is in the game. Tim Perry is waiting to come back. So John Chaney took Perry out. He's been very quiet. He wanted him to watch a while and get a handle on things, and now Perry is coming back into the ball game.
That's a look at Jimmy Maloney. He was a former head coach at Niagara University. Coach Calvin Murphy, the best little man ever to play college basketball. There's Bastide. See, nobody rotates over. There's the reverse layup. Rivas a little too slow from out of Puerto Rico, played on their national Olympic team.
Perry is back in the lineup now. That shot foul a moment ago was on Patio, and the shot wouldn't go, but Temple hustles and gets it. And Evans is out in front handling it.
That was a poor shot by Macon, not a good shot.
That's short. Perry almost had the rebound, but Todd finally picks it up for UNLV.
Another key for Temple is defensive transition.
Las Vegas missing. That's Todd inside and fouled by Rivas, but Las Vegas has scored. UNLV has scored 9 points in 12 minutes.
That's amazing, and that's because of that matchup defense and defensive transition. We watch the ball. It's loose. Todd comes up with it. He's a big, strong inside player. Joe Forte, who I believe is one of the top 5 officials in America, makes a good call.
Foul on Rivas.
Forte's a member of my all-Zebra team.
Anthony Todd is not exactly at the head of the class at the free throw line either.
No, Jerry Tarkanian's team does not shoot well on a free throw line. Look at him chewing a towel. And you wonder why coaches are wackos. He's one of the all wackos in the history of the game. 50-some years old, chewing towels. I could see you chewing a towel.
I've chewed a lot of things, including the cherry tree.
I didn't chew him. I used to throw him in the stands. I was a real wacko.
Frieswick, inside Perry, double team. Knocked away, but Frieswick's going to save it.
See, another key for Temple is spacing. There's a turnover right there by Rivas.
Rivas had the ball, just couldn't handle it, and Todd scores it from the level, and it is 15-12. Temple.
That's Vegas basketball, Keith. Transition, created off the turnover, and then converted. This crowd makes them pick up a notch defensively as well.
Perry spins away from the pressure, can't get the bounce. Outside, Evans will save it.
They got to get Evans some shots.
Three-pointer Macon.
Oh, is he a diaper dandy? A superstar. Mark Shakin, Bacon, Macon. America watch the coming of the next best guard in the nation.
9 points. 6:50 to go in the first half.
We're seeing a making of an absolute superstar in Macon. We'll have a chance for our Olympic team, I'll guarantee you.
Patio drilled it.
Gerald Patio has really worked on improving in other areas of the game. He was one-dimensional last year, shoot, shoot, and shoot. But he has great work ethic and has improved in so many areas.
Grieswick's been quiet for a while now. Inside, Rivas.
Scored a basket. Scored a basket. What, did they got a foul before? They got Rivas on a foul before. John Chaney certainly frustrated with that call. There's a man that's great disciplinarian. 6 years, has been an absolute unbelievable success. 136 and 36. They have Rivas with an offensive foul prior to releasing the ball.
And so take away the basket. It's 18-14, Temple 3 foul.
What makes him so special is he wants the ball. Look at number 12. He's setting his man up off a screen. He's constantly moving. There he is in a double stack now. Now watch number 12. He calls for the ball. He says, come on, get it down. Lay a screen for me, Evan. Come on, baby, give me a screen. Now he's going to curl. Now he's going to hide. Number 12's always moving, wants the basketball. A lot of kids run from the basketball. He says, get me the rock.
All right, Carl James brings it up for the running Rebels of Nevada, Las Vegas. Rossum out in front and out of the corner. Patio knocks it down. It's now a 1-point Temple lead.
That shouldn't happen on the floor, Keith. They should be alert as to where Patio is on the floor and match up with him. That's a no-no what they did defensively there.
Inside. Coswell back in the lineup, rolls it in.
He looked good down there. Sat in the post really well, caught the ball, knew what to do with it.
Of course, he camped in the paint for a while, but can't see everything.
They let him get away with that one. See, they're trying to overload on a baseline.
Patio again.
Yeah, he's a streaky shooter, as we said. When he gets on fire, he can light it up. Gerald Patio.
10 points for Patio. And we're tied at 20.
They really live by the trifecta. They love that three-point shot, the running Rebels.
That's Perry for Temple.
33, Tim Perry.
Perry came out of Freehold High School, the same high school that produced Bruce Springsteen, but he didn't play with a basketball. You don't know who Springsteen is, so you haven't followed
that. Yes, I do. It's a fellow been working in a warehouse back in New Jersey. I heard about it last week. That's true, he has. Bass Knight puts it up, gets a bounce.
They're starting to get the ball into the gaps of the matchup and also overloading. Excellent execution by Jerry Tarkanian, who's a solid tactician.
That's Evans. Oh, nice one.
NBN, nothing but nylon by Evans. They have to get him some shots. He's going to shoot the ball a little bit more.
Temple regaining the lead. This is Rossum. Nope. Rebound, Macon, and Macon is fouled by number 32, Anthony Todd, his second personal.
You're looking at a 12, a freshman guard, rebounding. He's averaging 6 rebounds a game, Mark Macon.
You got a new player on the floor now for Temple. That's Darren Pearsall, number 11, a junior forward. And Rivas is off the floor, obviously, with 3 personal fouls. So they won't even get any more foul trouble early on here. Grieswick is going to sit down and get a breather.
Look at Michigan with the big win. Frieda's got to be ecstatic. Indiana, one of the major disappointments. North Carolina beats Jimmy Valvano. Dean Smith comes back with a big W after losing to Duke at home. I love Duke. They really play the game, Keith, the way you like it to be played. They scrap, they fight, and Danny Ferry's a star.
All right, Mark Macon and Howard Evans running the show right here as they look inside. Temple being a little more patient now with Grieswick out of the lineup. There's a shot off the baseline by Pearsall. He's hit on the elbow, and a foul is called, and he'll go to the charity line for 2 shots.
It's hard to believe that Macon's a freshman. You talked to John Chaney. He said, I don't want to hear about that freshman. He said, this kid is a flat-out player. Whoa, is he impressive.
That foul called against Rossum.
Pearsall is one of those Mr. Poe kids. Lots of potential. Here's a look at Mark Macon, number 12. Played at Buena Vista High School for Norwayne Reed, who John Chaney credits for really his development. Pearsall with the conversion. He can run. He's quick. Look at a very serious John Chaney. He told a great story. He said they played Rhode Island, who to me is one of the surprise teams in America, doing a great job. And he said, we didn't play really that well, but we won. He said, I went in the locker room and I expected to get congratulatory messages from all the different people, and Bill Cosby walked in and he read us the riot act and said we didn't play well, and he said I was really disappointed because I was going to ask him for an extension on my contract. He's on a board of trustees.
I thought Cos might come today, but I guess he's busy.
He's busy
handling the ball out in front.
He's probably busy counting all his cash.
He's very loyal to his alma mater. That's a high looping three-point effort by Carl James won't go down, and Howard Evans now will walk it up with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first half, and Temple leading by 3.
Keith, the one skill, passing and catching, is a team skill. Every other skill is basically individual like that. The dribble move, the rebounding skill. And they work so hard on the team skill of passing and catching the ball. And you catch a ball with your eyes as well as your hands.
Pearsall's shot gives Temple a 5-point lead inside. Robinson feeds it back out in front, and they cut off Patio. But that leaves some daylight inside for Augman, but he can't get it to drop. And the Owls come away with it.
They created the good shot by forcing 2 people to play 1 on the top of the zone. Man-to-man defense.
Perry over Bass Knight. Rebound, Pearsall. Ball checked away from him by Altman. And the Rebels run it. Carl James.
The James boys, Keith and Carl, are from Dunbar High School, the school that produced Reggie Williams, produced great ones like Tyrone Muggsy Bogues and Bob Wade, now the coach at Maryland, the most improved team in the nation.
Again on the baseline, Pearsall this time can't get the basket, but a foul is called on Richard Robinson.
Pearsall's a guy that needs some productivity off the bench. He's got lots of talent. As I said earlier, they call him Mr. Potential.
That's the 7th foul on UNLV.
You know, Keith, when you talk about great defensive coaches, certainly Jerry Tarkanian, when you talk pressure defense, has to be there with Eddie Sutton and guys like John Thompson and Bobby Knight and Mike Krzyzewski. On the other end, you're talking about different styles. John Chaney does it with the zone defense.
Pearsall 3 points of the game, 1 out of 2 from the line. Shooting 2, first one good.
He's a kid that will drive you nuts because he's like the Dow Jones market. You know, he's up and down, up and down. And you see that great potential, and you're wondering when will it come to the surface.
Made them both. So we've got 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first half, and we've got a 5-point Temple lead.
Keith, right now, watch how Patio is going to try to drive this gap and force 2 people to play 1 in this area. And that's what they try to do to get an overload situation and then kick the ball to the open people. But the whole key is to try and get 2 people in here to play against 1. We'll take a look at it right now as they reverse the ball out to Patio. Now watch how he drives, and there's 2 people. See that right there? Now you got an overload situation. The numbers come your way, and they drive it into the middle. But the whole key was to get 2 people to attack him at the top of that circle.
All right, it's a 29-24 ball game. Temple leads University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and the Rebels bring it up. Carl James handling the ball out in front. Keith James underneath.
What a great look from up on top. They get the open man for the layup, drive it right through the zone. Great vision by James.
Back. Forced by Carl James, and Evans trying to force it inside to Tim Perry and lost it.
That is really rare. That really doesn't happen at all in the Temple offensive scheme of things.
Patio. Boy, that thing is straight as a trout, but he wouldn't go down.
Well, he started to drift on that shot. He shot it, and he thought it was automatic, and he was already coming back on defense.
Patio picking up Macon on the baseline. Macon's been quiet now for a little while. Inside, little push there by Bass Knight. Got away with it. Parrish jump hook. No tip. It's good by... Is it Macon?
It was Macon with the offensive rebound. You better believe it.
He hit right underneath Coswell and slithered in and got it.
Oh, wide open.
Keith James.
Wide open. Keith James coming to the front now. Transfer from out of South Carolina with George Felton's doing a solid job in the Metro Conference.
2-point Temple lead. Ball picked up by the Rebels. They can tie. 45
Center
seconds.
it. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! It's rock and roll time, Keith. Intimidation City, Las Vegas.
20,000 just screaming.
Wow. This is excitement. This is excitement.
Temple wants the last shot. 31-31 ball game. 14 seconds to halftime.
A lot of poise by Temple. I say they get Evans or they get Shakin Macon for a jumper. There goes Macon.
Got it.
Oh, what a pressure player. What a performer.
4 seconds. 4 to play in the first half.
Keith, you got to love him. Oh, Nelly, is he a superstar? You got to give us one of those today. You can't save that for football.
I have never said that in my life.
Oh, you can't save that for football. There he goes, hanging in the air. Drills it. Oh, I love him. Look at Cheney. He says, count it. Count it. Oh, they waving it off? Did they get a foul?
They haven't counted it yet. He may have gotten the foul on the drive in.
Yeah, they got the foul. He's upset.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Mild contact. Macon misses, follows. Hits the bottom of the backboard.
That was a violation by Macon. You cannot cross that line until the ball touches the rim.
Goes to the Rebels, and now from deep backcourt, the short is well short of the backboard. And the Macon losing a terrific effort to get what appeared to be the go-ahead basket, but they called a foul at the top of the circle just before he released the ball. So we played the first half, and we're all even at 31-31. Number 3 Temple against number 8 UNLV. And ABC's college basketball comes back after this message and the word from our local station. Well, we've played 20 minutes. We're all even at 31-31. And we've got flying bodies all over the place here as young gymnasts are putting on a demonstration in a ball game that's going to have considerable impact in the national polls between Temple and UNLV. Right now, let's meet a big guy. I mean big. David Robinson. David Robinson's Tip of the Week, brought to you by Mitsubishi, who invites you to come see the full line of cars and trucks. Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice.
Hi, I'm Dave Robinson. Today we're going to talk about setting a pick, or a screen. Now, teamwork is what basketball is all about. And screen is a perfect example of teamwork because you're blocking a defensive man so that your teammate can get open for a pass or an open jump shot. Now, it's important to establish good position in setting a screen. First, pinpoint that spot on the floor where you want to set your screen. Establish a good position, protect yourself, and don't shy away from the contact as your teammate goes off of your screen. Now we're going to show you what this screen is supposed to look like. Remember, establish good position and don't shy away from the contact as your teammate brushes off of your screen. After all, you don't always have to touch the ball to help your team score 2 points.
And never forget, when David Robinson's giving you his tips, it does help to be 7-1. As we've noted, all even in Las Vegas. Back with more in a moment. Didn't get skewered, though he came very close. Let's talk about the first half. What do you think?
Well, I thought, first of all, when you look for Vegas, they did a great job in terms of controlling that zone defense, because that zone defense is absolutely superb, and they only had 4 turnovers. Patio's got to shoot the ball a little better, but he was 5 for 12, and he did drill a big 3. We take a look at Patio right now, and he is so important to this club, and that's what he does best. Catch the ball, square, and drive the trifecta. On the other side, I'm just in awe with Mark Macon. I haven't seen a freshman, Keith, that has dominated a team like this kid does with Temple. And he's not having a great shooting night. He's 5 for 14, but you can see all the court savvy. To me, he's the best-looking freshman that I've looked at in my 9 years working in television. He's got great poise, and I just love him.
Do you think Tark can turn it up just a bit now in the second half in front of the home folks?
Well, he's going to try to force some turnovers to get some easy baskets because he certainly doesn't want to go down into a half-court game. But that's easier said than done because they don't allow you to run up and down the court, John Chaney's team.
Well, he's been saying all the week that you can't make a good team run if they don't want to
run.
ABC's college basketball coming today from Las Vegas, Nevada. And this ABC Sports exclusive being brought to you by Wang Laboratories. Wang makes it work. And by Pert Plus, shampoo plus complete conditioner in one. So you just wash and go. I would imagine it's been some time since John Chaney played somebody in which he could look down at the halftime stats, Dick Vitale, and find that his team has the greater number of turnovers. But they do. They have 6. UNLV only 4.
UNLV didn't turn the ball over, Keith, in the last 15 minutes, and that's an amazing statistic. And when you look here at Temple, that 6 really is high for them for a half because they only average, and I think one of the most awesome statistics in college basketball, less than 10 turnovers a game. Remember, for the people out there, only 2 unbeaten teams in America, Brigham Young University and Temple. And Brigham Young, in 8 days, went on a road, and you ready for this? Beat Colorado State, Texas, El Paso, Wyoming, and New Mexico. Liddell Anderson, your team has to be top 5 in the nation accomplishing that.
I've been to all those places, and let me tell you something. When they wrote the word snake pit, whoa, and the biggest pit of all, I guess, has to be in Albuquerque, and they take pride in it. It's kind of like this place. They just don't give you a moment to breathe.
They got those hankies waving, but I heard the combination of Chapman and Michael Smith are as good as a forward combination that people can put on a floor. So, hey, the WAC conference to me, Keith, is one of the most underrated conferences in the land.
You know, they may very well have 3 tournament teams.
Maybe 4.
Could be.
Pac-10 will only get 1, Arizona. After that, it's mediocrity with a big M. You said it, not me.
All right, here we go. White-shirted University of Nevada, Las Vegas. The Temple Owls in the dark uniforms. They're all tied at 31. The Rebels have the ball. That's Keith James handling the ball out in front for UNLV.
They're not playing with a point guard. James is like a second guard. Walking violation.
Jarvis Bassnight couldn't get the feet down in time to handle the ball as it was deflected. Ramon Rivas with 3 personal fouls does start the second half for Temple. He's big number 44, 260 pounds or so in the middle for them. Not a big scorer, but he's tough to get around.
They have to get some shots for Breezewick. There's a lot of pushing going down on Breezewick.
Yeah, he's been quiet since the early 5 minutes of the ball game. Mark Macon is number 12. There's Mike Breezewick with the ball. Gets a drive off Keith James and hits it.
Breezewick, excellent touch, very streaky shooter. His dad, Eddie, was an excellent offensive player for Seton Hall Patterson. Played with his dad and just a great guy, and so proud of his son, Michael.
Temple goes back to the lead. Augman gets a rebound off the bottom of the backboard, and inside there's a foul.
Stacey Augman's a solid defender. Larry Brown told me when he came out of high school how badly he wanted him. As we watch right now, tries to throw the ball over the top of the defense. There's the foul right on the hand. Perry with the deflection, but the ball.
Tim Perry getting the foul. That's his second. Or they give the foul to Macon? Give it to Macon.
UNLV, not a good free throw shooting team. Stacey Augman's really struggled at the foul line all year long. Chew that towel, Jerry. Chew that towel.
Well, only shot 50% from the line in the first half.
He's the father Flanagan of coaching. I laid that name on him about 5 years ago. Jerry Tarkanian.
Pressure. Howard Evans clears it ahead to Mike Breezewick. And Evans puts it up. 3-pointer, nailed it. And it's a 4-point lead.
He hits the trifecta. He just doesn't shoot enough, Keith. He's got excellent touch, a tremendous free throw shooter. Evans is too unselfish.
The Little short jumper inside by Robinson. No good. And here comes Evans on the move for Temple. And this is Macon. No. Rebound Augman.
He was drifting on his shot. He's 5 for 15. But I'll tell you what, he can play for me any day.
Robinson tries again. Short this time. Rebound is off the hands of Stacey Augman and out of bounds.
Stacey Augman's a versatile player. He can play on the interior. He reminds me a lot of a kid that played at Tulsa by the name of Paul Pressey. Now a point forward is his definition with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Evans gets by Augman. Goes inside to Perry, who's now double-teamed on the baseline. They tried to trap him there, but he got it out.
A lot of intensity and emotion on the floor.
Breeswick has it hit the iron, and it is saved by Rivas.
Oh,
Giving Breeswick another move, and he missed it. Perry's got it now. Third shot for Temple, and they make it.
Second and third effort. Rivas kept the ball alive, then Breeswick, and Perry delivers the little jump hook.
6-point lead now for the Owls, and the home folks starting to whoop it up a little bit. Temple jumped out early in the beginning of the ball game. Out of the corner, that's short by James, and ahead, and it is Perry, home free.
Little slam jam bam by Perry. Tarkanian is furious. Get a timeout, Jerry. And he wants the timeout because no one rotated back defensively, and that's a no-no.
They were all watching the ball, and nobody covered the home plate. And it's an 8-point lead right now for the Temple Owls. Six here on ABC Sports. IBF World Lightweight Championship fight. Vinny Pazienza defending against Greg Haugen. Greg Haugen lives in Henderson, Nevada, just down the road from here, and he's now with our Cheryl Miller.
Greg, you have a tough fight coming up. How's the training going?
Training's going all good. I'm in great shape. I'm ready to fight.
Do you plan on doing anything differently this fight?
No, just do the same thing. I plan to do to Vinny what Rebels did to the Friars here a couple weeks ago. So.
Well, thanks a lot, Greg. Back to you, Keith.
Greg, of course, lost his, he had the title, the IBF title. He lost it in Providence to Pazienza. Now they're going to go down to Atlantic City, I guess, and have at it down there. And it looks like Greg's got his jaw set, and you know Vinny does, so that ought to be a good one, February 6th here on ABC Sports.
He can't be the guy with a name Pazienza. Are you serious? He can't be the guy whose name ends in A-E-I-O-U. One of my paisans? No way, Greg. I like him, too.
I remember he was a 15-year-old amateur. He'd get out there and fight a bear. All right, here we go. UNLV with the ball. Augman holds, looks to Basnight. Keith James is out in front with it. Patio has been very stone quiet, as a matter of fact. He's done nothing so far here in the second half. And Temple leads by 8 points. The number 3 team in the country on a 9-1 run, jumping out to the 8-point lead.
Breeswick's playing man-to-man right now on Patio. They're playing a zone, and Breeswick's chasing Patio. Look at Breeswick matching up. He says, I'm not going to allow you to shoot the ball.
Robinson can't get a bounce. Whistle. Interference.
We watch him right here now. Breeswick's going with Patio. Look at him, number 32. He's chasing him all over. Breeswick said, I'm not going to let you get the ball, Gerald. He's denying. He sees the ball, you man. See that little push by Patio. He's getting a little frustrated. Breeswick says, Gerald, you're not going to touch the rock.
40-32 score. Todd is in at center for UNLV, on the front line at least. And Robinson goes out.
UNLV needs a big stop right here. Look at Breeswick.
Drops it in, and suddenly it is a 10-point lead for the Owls.
He ran an excellent curl move, just curled down the lane. He's doing it both offensively now and defensively, Breeswick.
He's picked up Basnight right now. They go into the corner with it to Todd, and Todd gives it back to Patio, and he took a walk.
Right now, there isn't any rhythm at all to the half-court offense of UNLV. And they're really struggling against that 2-3 matchup, which has so many different gimmicks as part of it. Sometimes they play a cutter when he goes through. Sometimes they allow the cutter to go through. Jerry Tarkanian frustrated right now.
All right, Carl James comes back into the ball game. Clint Rossum comes into the ball game for the Rebels. They're shuffling things around, trying to get it organized.
Rossum's a good offensive player. He can shoot the ball.
Evans and Macon out in front. Rossum on Macon.
Look at that shake and bake. Oh, Keith, I'll tell you. I've seen Pearl Washington, Rex Chapman, but I'm telling you something. This kid is in a special class.
13 points for Mark Macon now, and a 12-point lead for Temple. They have absolutely shut down Nevada, Las Vegas here in the second half. It was 31-31 at halftime. The Rebels have scored 1 point in about 5 minutes. Rebound Perry on an air ball.
What an outstanding coach John Chaney is. I watched him in practice yesterday. He completes every practice.
That's too long. Rebound Perry knocked away from him, and Rossum covers it.
He completes every practice with a little talk to his players about life.
Last night's got a shot and knocks it down. 2 points.
They need something inside out of Jarvis as well, and they have to make something happen with their defense.
Well, this UNLV team simply does not have an inside game offensively. They just don't.
That's a good point, Keith. Here's the catalyst, number 21, with a bad pass that time, though. That's so unusual for Evans to make that kind of play.
Well, somebody was supposed to come out, and Howard out there doing a little scolding at Rivas, I think. I think Ramon was supposed to break off, and he didn't do it.
You ready for a statistic? Evans' assist-to-turnover ratio has to be the highest in America. I can't believe anyone can be higher. He has 8 assists to 1.9 turnovers. That's almost 8 to 1, and that's just an amazing statistic.
It is. All right, Jarvis Bassnight into Carl James. Patio is not on the floor at this particular moment. That won't go. Inside Bassnight. That ball is slapped away by Perry, and Perry is called for the foul, and that's going to be 3, I think, if it's on him.
Good offensive rebound by Jarvis Bassnight. Attacking the glass like the Windex man. Here comes the rebound. There goes Bassnight. He's a left-hander. Great hands. There's the pump fake. Ooh, he might have picked up his pivot foot. Perry with the little foul across the arm.
It is 2 fouls, not 3. All right, here's Carl James out in front now with the ball. Patio back in there. Whips the shot. And to Bassnight.
What a quick inside move. Drop step. Exploded to the goal. A la J.R. Reed, the horse for North Carolina.
8-point lead for Temple, 44-36. The crowd coming up for it now.
This crowd really is behind their Rebels. Many times a crowd will get out of the game when their team is behind, but not the people here in Vegas.
Macon for 2 won't go down. Rebound, Nevada, Las Vegas. Head off to Rossum. He'll put it up from the top of the key, and it won't go down. And here comes Temple now as Howard Evans brings it up methodically. The disciplined offense.
Howie Evans, a real captain on the floor, a coach, a distributor, number 21.
Out of the corner. Good by Evans. He's 4 for 4.
I don't believe he's missed a shot, Keith. He's got great touch. He's a leader. He's a winner. He's done a solid job in his 3 years starting for John Chaney.
Into the corner, that's Rossum. Inside. Bassnight looking at 2 Temple Owls.
They have to get the ball to Rossum. He's a good shooter. Rossum could step in the gap and shoot the jumper.
Bassnight, foul. Foul is on Macon. That's 3 on him.
We take a look at Vrieswick right here. Macon's going to help his teammate out. Look at him headhunt. What a screen he laid on James. He laid a piece of James, and there's the open jump shot by Evans. Great camera work for our crew.
Time called by Nevada, Las Vegas with 12 minutes and 51 seconds to play in the game and a 10-point lead for the Temple Owls.
Another dimension right now as we watch a double screen being formed in this area, and you're going to watch Evans come off the double and then catch the ball for the open jumper. But the screen by Macon, watch him form a double screen right now. There it comes, number 12 and 33. They seal off, and Evans comes off the screen. Vrieswick finds him, and there's the J. Thank you, Mr. Macon and Perry, for the open jump shot by Evans.
And in this half, Temple 7 out of 13 from the field. UNLV only 2 out of 9. Last night, whips his shot. Todd is wide open all alone. Tim Perry got lost inside.
Well, they lost their assignments. They didn't communicate. Perfect execution by UNLV. Their bench stands up and erupts. Bass Knight's starting to exert himself.
You got to talk when you're playing defense. Pearsall is in the ball game for Temple. That's Mike Frieswick out in front. Rivas sets the pick for him, but the shot is blocked by Patio. No foul called, and the Rebels are running.
Should have centered the ball.
James got it down, though. Carl James made it.
He hits the jump shot from the wing, but he should have centered it to Bass Knight for a slam jam band, and this place would have erupted.
Well, it's pretty loud right now. They've cut that 12 points all the way down to 6 now.
They do it with defense, Keith. They really come after you.
That fouls Carl James, I believe.
This guy takes great pride in work ethic. He takes great pride in intensity and emotion and their defensive play. Year in and year out, Jerry Tarkanian will win because they'll have athletes and they will play very hard.
That's the first team foul on the Rebels in the second half. Temple has 4. Almost a steal there.
They're really picking it up a notch defensively.
Yep. Howard Evans. Bounce pass goes right through the hands of Tim Perry. And then is knocked out of bounds by Pearsall, and the Rebels have got the ball.
Temple might need a timeout to settle down. They're starting to get out of sync. The tempo and the whole feel for the game is starting to swing over to UNLV.
Carl James walking it up. 46-40, Temple lead. Their biggest lead in the game, 12 points. They have led virtually all the way. That's Anthony Todd called for walking. And the Rebels have turned it over 8 times. Temple 9.
Todd lifted his pivot foot once he caught the ball in a hole. Temple with 9. They only averaged 9 for 40-minute games. They're going to try to get some motion here out of their offense.
Evans tries to go inside. Pearsall got the ricochet and scored it.
Pearsall's a quick kid, very alert.
Out of the corner, James. 3-pointer. 5-point Temple lead. James with 7 points.
Look at James playing defense, too. Not normally a good defender, but when you hit that jump shot, you start playing down on the other end.
Pearsall is short with it. Blossom is running with it. Patio missed the shot, and a foul is called.
Temple needs a timeout. They really need a timeout, Keith. There's the air ball. Now watch Vegas, the running Rebels. Here they come. Run, baby, run. Oh, do they love to run. There's the good bounce pass, the no look, the drive to the goal, and there's the foul.
On Howard Evans.
Patio was a JUCO All-American out of Seminole Junior College in Oklahoma.
Well, John apparently is waiting for the TV timeout, isn't he?
Yeah,
Trying to
TV
save him.
timeouts really become very important.
Yep. That's Patio's first point of the second half.
But
It's now a 4-point ball game.
sometimes I've seen coaches really pay the price by waiting for that TV
Yep.
timeout. You get 4 timeouts in a game, in a TV game.
Now a 3-point ball game, 48-45. You make your free throws. Nevada, Las Vegas will slam the press on you.
They go to a half-court trap. You must go diagonally against that trap. There it is, right over the top of it.
Lawson was holding Frieswick, got away with it there.
And they rotate into a man-to-man. James and Rossum are playing very hard on the perimeter against one of the best backcourts in the nation.
Inside, Rivas can't handle the ball.
Jerry Tarkanian with that pain look on his face. There's John Chaney.
That foul is on Bass Knight, and that's 3 on him. He got tangled up with Ramon Rivas. Rivas couldn't handle the ball. And Bass Knight, with 11 points and 10 rebounds, just picked up his 3rd foul. At 10:05 to play in the game, and a 3-point Temple lead.
Watch Rivas right now get position in the post right here. He does a great job of sealing off as they swing the ball over. Watch him get great position down inside. He's going to drop step. He's going to seal off big and wide. He's a wide body. He's a member of my all-Kirby Puckett. And there's the reach by Bass Knight for the foul. Bass Knight comes right over the top. And Jerry Tarkanian's been very concerned about his team inside playing post defense.
Temple has the ball, 3-point lead, 10 minutes exactly to play in the ball game. Number 3 Owls, number 8 Rebels.
Undefeated. Only 2 teams undefeated in America, Brigham Young and Temple.
In the corner, Macon. Breeswick. Short, partially blocked, long pass ahead. Carl James. Traveling. Overpassed it. James should have taken it in.
Exactly, Keith. He had the unmolested layup, and he tried to get a little bit cute. Watch this right now. He's ahead of the pack. Here comes James, but he smells the dunk. He smells the momentum builder, and he wanted to dish it off. But what an excellent gut ball by Jerry Donahue.
The officials are from the east. Forte, Donahue, Crowley.
3 good ones.
Yep. Pearsall out in front now for Temple. Breeswick out of there for a moment.
Boy, look at the pride both these teams possess. You could see the intensity in their eyes.
Since Rossum came into the game, incidentally, Macon has been quiet. Rossum has really worked on him.
I can't hear you anymore, Keith. I can't hear you.
Howard Evans, hounded by Carl James. They go inside to Rivas, and he missed it. And the rebound, Rossum outside, ahead, Bass Knight, yes.
That's running Rebel basketball. Transition, finalized, get the break going.
An 11-2 run now for the Rebels. Howard Evans trying to restore order. The shot blocked by Bass Knight. Did they ding him for a foul?
Yeah, they got the foul on Bass Knight. That's number 4. Look at Evans right now. That's a leader for you. He knows his club needs the big play, takes it down the gut of the defense, and challenges all the big people. What a gutty move by Evans.
And Jarvis Bass Knight receipts for his 4th personal foul. Rivas is out. Coswell is in for Temple. Is he going to leave Bass Knight in there or not? Carl James has been very prominent. Todd is in. Patio, Rossum, and Altman, and Bass Knight is on the bench for the Rebels.
Well, he'll get Bass Knight in with about 5 minutes to go. He'll play time and score now. Bass Knight has 13 points and 11 rebounds. This kid's a great free throw shooter. Not a good one, a great one.
Thanks. How many times, huh?
Can you believe that? He's shooting like 89%. He's 32 for 36. I watched him in practice. He doesn't miss, and here he is. He comes up empty. He'll make this one, though, Keith. He'll make this one.
Keith James is in, and Clint Rossum out for a respite, and you're right, Howard Evans knocks it through there. And here comes UNLV now, 49-47, Temple by 2, time remaining 8.5 minutes.
The game has been everything it was built up to be.
Patio looks to Todd, goes to Augman. That's Keith James. They almost trapped him in the corner. That ball is stolen by Mark Macon. Carl James, and Macon drops it through, and Temple leads by 4.
What a thoroughbred. What a PTPer. What a primetime performer. A Rolls Roycer. The best freshman in the land. Mark Shakin' Bacon Macon.
15 points in the ball game for him.
There's that matchup zone. Big possession now. They need a score here.
Keith James can't get a bounce. Tipped by Todd, won't go, and Perry rebounds it.
Every time UNLV answers Temple, Temple comes back with the big play. And that's a sign of an outstanding team.
That's Pearsall in the corner.
I love this, Keith. We're getting paid for this. What an unbelievable contest. Well, I'm not getting paid. They don't have any more money to give me after they pay you.
Yeah, sure. Tim Perry drive. Oh, they called a foul. Augman, and he looked like all ball from this angle, but in the melee, they have called a foul.
I don't think Jerry can wait too long before he gets Bassnight in the game.
He's coming back
They
right
need
now.
Bassnight. There's the drive along the baseline. Crossover step. They work on all the fundamentals of the game. Jim Maloney was telling me again, the outstanding assistant coach. He worked under Lefty Drizel and he's worked under a number of people, and he just loves John Chaney.
Bassnight is back. Patio is going to come. And Perry makes the first free throw to give Temple a 5-point lead.
Temple's got some tough dates coming up. They have to go to Morgantown, West Virginia. Jim Catlett does a solid job. And they have to go to Rhode Island and North Carolina down at Chapel Hill. And that'll be a big matchup.
Big free throw there by Perry to give him a 6-point lead. Now, UNLV to the attack. That's Keith James handling the ball. Goes to Jarvis Bassnight. They look inside. There's nobody there. Nobody available. And Patio has to unload it.
They really know where Patio's on the floor, and they try to match up on him.
That's a three-pointer that won't go inside. Rossum had it. If he goes back up, he gets away with it, but he took it to the floor, and Temple takes it away from him.
If it goes down the stretch, they'll put the ball in the hands of Evans, a clutch free throw shooter, 89%. You talk about the great backcourts, Lewis and Stevens. Not a good shot.
Air ball. And here comes Patio. Bassnight shut off, so they'll bring it out for Rossum's three-pointer. And Perry beats him on the boards.
Perry's a horse inside, really attacking the glass. The Atlantic 10 Conference has got some solid teams from West Virginia, Rhode Island. They just don't get their due either. They're like the WAC Conference.
Nevada, Las Vegas in this ball game, Dick, in 3 points, 4 out of 15 tries. That's not a winning percentage. That's Macon.
Perfect execution. They run a down screen. That's called a vertical screen to get Macon free. And he's smooth as silk.
He's got 17 points.
John Chaney standing up, coaching his heart out on that sideline.
Bassnight and Perry whistle for the blocking foul. 7-0 team run right now for Temple. The lead by 8, 55-47. And next week, ABC Sports begins Super Sunday with the Kentucky Wildcats and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame out of Louisville. Then a special look at the NFL's big event, the Super Bowl pregame in Super Bowl 22.
Can't wait to see David Rivers against Rex Chapman. Rivers having a great year for the Fighting Irish. Chapman's been up and down.
Bassnight trying to force his way in, and he is fouled by Howard Evans, who exhibits anguish as he runs away from it. He almost had it, but he got too much.
This guy's earning his money on the sideline. You know, I talk about the Temple backcourt. The best in the land is Davender and Chapman when they're playing well from Kentucky. Lewis and Stevens, Purdue's is outstanding. And then I would put right there Macon and Evans. I'm so impressed with this crowd, though, Keith. They are so alive. You know, down in North Carolina, it was like Pavarotti in concert, whereas at Duke, it's like Springsteen in concert, and it's the same here. This crowd is alive. It's like Springsteen's here putting a concert on.
All the ATOs are over there underneath that basket making as much ruckus as they could in the first half when Temple was there. Now with Las Vegas going that way, they're absolutely silent.
I'll tell you, that means so much to a team. I think Lute Olson said it best. He said the emotion that the home crowd gives a team is just amazing. And it's, you know, it's just been unbelievable in college basketball this year.
All right, Jarvis makes a pair. It's 55-49. Macon having a little trouble getting it in against the press.
There's the diamond press. 1-2, 1-1. Bassnight at the top of it. Oh, perfect way to break it. Get into the gap up high. Flash your post player.
Rossum is back in for UNLV, and he's hounding.
They do an excellent job when they catch the ball and they get into triple threat position.
You see Macon go right by Altman.
Hey, That's the coming of the Big O. And I don't like to lay that kind of plaudits on a young man, but I'm telling you something. What poise, and he can deliver and finalize. He's smooth.
Carl James. I think a Temple man knocked it in.
No way should James get down the lane. John Chaney's yelling from the sideline, but what a gutting move by James.
That ball went off a Temple hand into the basket. Carl James got credit for it. Howard Evans.
They're going to use some clock, very conservative. They'll take the high percentage shot.
4:20 to play in the game. 6-point Temple lead.
Spreading the court. They have excellent spacing offensively, and that helps their offensive execution. Oh, look at his execution. Look at his spacing. Very tough to double him up. Oh, unbelievable.
Foul time.
Hey, Keith, I want to jump out of my seat and hug Macon. I can't believe the way he's playing.
I think Todd got the foul. Bass Knight was screaming over it. Let's see if it was Bass Knight or Todd.
This a freshman? Watch number 12. He'll spin. He'll shake. Look at him right here. Little spin 360. Draws the defense. Oh, baby, what a player, Mark Macon.
It's Bass Knight, and he's gone. 5 fouls. So one of Nevada Las Vegas Cannons is now closed for the day. 15 points, 11 rebounds.
What they need now is they have to find a way with a screen to get Patio to drill a couple of threes. He's got to come through with the trifecta.
Well, it was Patio that beat Temple in '86, November at the NIT with a 3-pointer. That was the day Jerry Tarkanian ripped his most expensive breeches, and Patio, when he let the shot go, took off for the clubhouse. He didn't even know it counted. Oswell misses the free throw.
UNLV right now all along the line. Temple has nobody on the line. They're going to get back, not to give up any easy layups. That's another excellent part of the game, Keith. The defensive transition, and I can't hear you at all.
7-point lead. Time remaining, 3:50. Oops, almost threw that away. Patio handling out in front. Everywhere he goes now, Mike Frieswick is with him. He's his shadow. That's Carl James.
Carl James with another big basket.
And that 3-pointer cuts it to a 4-point Temple lead. 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game.
This crowd will not let Vegas quit. They will not allow them to quit.
Temple is undefeated, remember. 14 straight wins, ranked 3rd in the nation.
Remember, neither team has really beaten a legitimate top 20 team, so this is a real test to find out how good they are.
Frieswick from the top of the key won't go down. And the rebound, Augman. Rawson. And knocked out of bounds by Macon, and he almost got away with it. So we've got a timeout at 3:04 to play in the game. And a 4-point Temple lead.
Take a look right now at Macon, how he becomes an innovator, a creator on offense. He'll start his drive down the lane. He'll draw the defense to him. And when they come to him, he's going to dump it off right in this area here for an inside shot. But it's all done by his creativity. Watch right here. He's setting him up, little shake and bake move. Now he spins 360. The defense comes to him. That's the 3D man I talk about. He drives, he draws, and he dishes to the open man. He's better than I ever anticipated, Keith. He's much better than I expected here today.
He has 19 points. Remember, too, that Jarvis Pastnight is fouled out for Las Vegas. The running Rebels losing him with 15 points and 11 rebounds. And now the real burden shifts over to Gerald Patio. Clint Rawson out in front with Macon after him. Carl James has Howard Evans on him. And James works to the baseline, gives it back to Todd. Todd dropped it, saved it, gives to Augman. And
3-second violation.
3 seconds. My goodness, what a turnover, huh?
Tarkanian can't believe that call. He said, I haven't seen a 3-second all day. Remember, he can't talk to the official. I mean, he could talk, but the official cannot talk to him. New bench decorum rule.
No field goals in this half for Gerald Patio.
No, they've done a great job shutting them down. And it's all been designed by the architect right there, John Chaney. Didn't get his chance to coach on a big league level in terms of the big time until he was 50 years of age.
Carl James with his second personal now. Temple holding the ball. And out in front, it's Howard Evans. You got a mismatch there. You got big man Todd trying to handle this quick, elusive point guard.
They're going to try to take him into a trap here. And they got a mismatch right here in M&Emmer. Look how they isolate out top. Not a good shot right there.
Across, but Evans got the ball.
80% of your rebounds will come to the offside on a long rebound from the sideline.
Inside 2 minutes, as you can see, to go now. 58-54. Temple with a 4-point lead.
Look how he stares you down. He gets in a triple threat position. Not a good shot again. That's 2 bad shots by Macon.
Las Vegas had it.
Oh, look at the hustle. Look at the hustle.
Jump ball. It goes to Temple on the possession arrow.
And all due to the hustle of Macon. He could have quit after taking a bad shot, but he realized the ball was loose, dove on the floor, skinned his knees. There's a bad shot right here.
Patio is hurt.
Officials trying out for an injury.
Patio is hurt, holding his stomach. He was up. He got up, was standing up, and then started, grabbed his stomach, and it may be a cramp. I don't know what it is, but he all of a sudden went to his knees, and now he is down.
He seems to be in a great deal of pain also. I don't ever like to try and diagnose what's happened because I'm not a doctor and I couldn't tell you, but he seems to be in a little bit of pain.
Time obviously is out in behalf of Patio.
Keith, you know, talking about John Chaney not getting an opportunity, Vivian Stringer was the women's coach at Chaney State, and she has taken Iowa's program to the top of the ladder, and John with Temple. And there are examples when you think of big house games at Winston-Salem, Eddie Robinson down at Grambling, and if they ever had a chance to work in what we call in the great programs, stretching that leg out there.
Yeah, but that wasn't what he grabbed. He grabbed his stomach.
I can't tell, Keith.
That's no indication there.
I can't tell.
And the doctor is over there and was rubbing the stomach, talking to him, trying to be specific about where the pain was.
Yeah, they're working on his stomach area. There's no doubt about that. But, you know, talking about guys like we just mentioned, Eddie Robinson from Grambling and John Chaney, they just want to make sure that they had a chance to work in a program that had a champagne budget, not someone that had a beer budget.
Saturday on ABC's Professional Bowlers Tour, did you see Benoit pick up that? Well, you can pull those stomach muscles, and if you've ever pulled one, they're just brutal. I mean, they just absolutely render you helpless, and it takes forever to heal them, too. But it's not a leg. Leg is not the problem. It is in the stomach area.
There's a look at Gerald right there, 23. He sees the ball. He's going after it. There's Macon on the floor. His leg goes... Comes up. I couldn't see what created the problem.
No, I can't eat it. He's going to the clubhouse.
Well, it's going to be tough down the stretch with Gerald out of the game, and also Bass Knight. They're two seniors. They're two leaders. Both kids have had a great, great senior year. Listen to this crowd. I mean, this is one of the live places in the nation. What a great environment here for basketball at the Mac Arena. Sharks Tank, as they call it. I know the Carrier Dome is usually a rock and roll place, and today Charles Smith, Georgetown, beat him at the buzzer, and he to me has got to be one of the best 6 men in basketball, along with the kid Mo from out of Iowa.
All right, now it'll be interesting to see what alignment Jerry Tarkanian goes to here. His brothers are now limited, aren't they?
Rossum's got to become a little bit of a factor. He can shoot the ball, and he has not shot well, but he's given him a lot of intensity on the floor.
Well, Todd's got to get involved here, too. So it's Todd Augman, Keith James, Carl James, and Clint Rossum. That's the group he sent out against Breeswick, Evans, Perry, Caldwell, and Macon for Temple.
Look at Evans right there.
Minute and a half to play in the game at a 4-point Temple lead, and they have the ball.
It's amazing how this kid wants the ball at pressure time. Look at these two guards. Excellent spacing. They stay apart. That's the key. Very difficult to double team.
Rossum keeps it in bounds, did he? My gosh, how did he do that?
Not a good play by Evans. Picked up his dribble. That was absolute poor play by Evans. They have to find Rossum for a three.
Augman against Caldwell. Edge and quickness to Augman. Height and weight to Caldwell. Keith James. And it's a 1-point Temple lead. And UNLV wants a timeout. That leaves them with 1. Temple has 3 timeouts. UNLV 1. And 49 seconds to play in the ball game. And a 1-point Temple lead. So grab a hold of something solid. 49 seconds to play in the game. Gerald Patio is back out on the floor with the team after muscle spasms in the stomach area. The question is now, can he come into the ball game? His team down by a point. 49 seconds to play in the game.
Keith, you know who's been the MVP for UNLV? It's been the crowd as we look at the timeout situation right here, the bonus situation as well. This crowd did not allow this team to fold when Temple jumped in double figures here in the second half and took the 10-point lead. Right now in this timeout, John Chaney is pointing out 3 very important things. 1, the score of the game, 2, the time remaining, and 3, the strategy. And I really believe his strategy is simply going to be to try to keep the ball in Evans and Macon's hands.
The shot clock is 45 seconds. Game clock shows 49 seconds.
Remember, we're looking at one of only 2 teams in America undefeated. Look at James. The crowd is standing. I mean, this is unbelievable. College spirit at its best. I love it.
Patio is not out there. He's not able to come back.
There's the ball now in the hands of Evans, an outstanding free throw shooter. They may try to trap him to get the ball out of his hands.
That's Macon, the freshman.
Well, look at Rossum working individually defensively. I mean, Macon with the ball. Now here comes Evans. But he used a lot
Carl
of
James on Evans.
They play like a trifecta, 3 people. Breeswick, Evans, and Macon.
25 seconds. 1-point Temple lead. Inside, Caldwell.
Oh! Wave the goal off. The goal
no
is off.
basket. 17 seconds. Caldwell on the foul line today.
Not a good shooter. He's shooting 6 for 10 for the year, Keith.
1 for 2 today.
There's Macon with the entry inside. They get the foul before he goes up to the goal. Good call.
So 1+1. Now listen to the crowd get into it. Going to make Mr. Caldwell's ears ring.
Remember some of the options. If he makes both, a 3-point game can tie it.
He missed it. The Rebels have it. They have 1 timeout remaining. Carl James coming down court. Temple drops back. Macon picks up James.
I would get the
7
timeout.
seconds.
He doesn't want the timeout.
Todd puts it up.
He hits it. Unbelievable.
1 point. Nevada, Las Vegas lead. Temple calls timeout. 2 seconds to play. Ended goose. It goes through the hands of Mark Macon, and the game is over. Mark Macon went up to get that high lob pass and simply couldn't come down with it. And the game is over.
It's jubilation here. UNLV gets the big W. Certainly not an upset. I don't want to hear sportscasters use the word upset. UNLV favored at home. There's John Chaney. What a class act. A big winner with a capital W. Look at these fans going bananas. The hugs for Jerry Tarkanian. He sprung for dinner last night. Maybe he'll spring again today. See, I think Breeswick forgot that he could have ran the baseline, Keith. See, Mike Frieswick could run that baseline. He doesn't have to just stand there.
Well, he threw the ball way up into the air, and you see that Macon, trying to come out, pick it off, just simply had it go off his hands. And the game ends as Nevada, Las Vegas, running Rebels. Jerry Tarkanian realizes that he's got win number 17 in hand against a high quality basketball team, the Temple Owls.